Is ever gonna reach 6K? Bitcoin goes down, but it gets up again. Is ever gonna reach 6K? Welcome everybody to a special Saturday edition of Savage Cash. Here with me, your superhero of cryptocurrency, the Superman. In today's episode, I am going to be exploring, is Bitcoin likely to achieve a $250,000 valuation in the next 3 years? This is a prediction that has been made by a very experienced investor in Bitcoin and generally investing. I'm also going to be looking at some of the news going on at the moment, just in case it's useful to you, and just give a little bit of a synopsis of what's been happening in the market. So if you are excited, smash up smash up those likes. And also make sure you subscribe to Team Superman, be part of the most superior cryptocurrency community around Superman's community by smashing that subscribe button. So let me just make sure that you guys can hear me and see me and all that. Yeah, appears that I'm looking quite clear. Smash up those likes, by the way, people, as you are coming in. So the market cap at the moment stands at 315 billion. This is a drop of 11 billion since yesterday, and it has actually dropped a little bit more. Bitcoin has gone to the low 7,900s. It's obviously pulled back a lot from yesterday. In fact, if you look at yesterday actually ended up being predominantly a selling candle rather than a buying candle, but it looks like the buying activity has kind of resumed. But I'm still being very, very patient about it. I'm definitely not getting involved at the moment. However, what is very noticeable is the coins that were really thriving yesterday, really smashing it, like Bitcoin Private, Wanchain, Mithril, they are down today. Bytum, Nano, these are all down today. And it was to be expected, because when something rapidly grows, it also rapidly drops, which is an indication of why, when the actual accepted pump action happens, when that bull period does happen, and everything that has drastically dropped is due for a huge correction, like on the bullish side. So it's going to be a bullish correction. It's going to pump like mad. The more it's been pulled back, the harder it will grow. Okay, so that gives you a good indication of what happens with the price movement. So predominantly what we want to discuss today is this valuation. So basically, tech investor Tim Draper predicts Bitcoin will reach $250,000 by 2022. So what do I think of this? Do I think this is just another wild valuation, akin to John McAfee's kind of valuation that, Bitcoin, obviously the kind of number one cryptocurrency, number one currency in the digital world, will actually achieve a six-figure valuation in the next 3 to 4 years. So I think that it's as a person that is in the community, like John McAfee, Tim Draper wants to have some attention. He wants to come on board and make a valuation and say, yes, I think that Bitcoin can achieve this valuation, which is miles removed from the price of Bitcoin that we see today. Okay, so, we see it at 8,000. We see it kind of in the 4-figure club right now. And he is saying it's going to be well into the 6-figure club. So is this just a call for attention? Like, everybody in the cryptocurrency community, follow me. I've made this prediction. I'm now in the news. I know what I'm talking about. Well, I would say that his and John McAfee's predictions have substance. The reason why is because of the state of fiat currency and the revolution that we are seeing currently of digital currencies, the cryptocurrencies, kind of taking favor as we move into a new system. The world is largely becoming digital. Before the internet, it's very, very similar. I explained the other day that it took major investors, like the venture capitalists, it took them years after smaller investors got involved in the dot-com boom. It took them ages to recognize that websites and web-based businesses were where the world was going. And then when they suddenly realized that, they started to get involved with web businesses, domains, and creating these online businesses like Amazon and eBay and websites that we see today like that. And now we have got a very similar shift taking place. We, as the smaller investors, or at least started off as small investors with very little money and started accumulating cryptocurrencies, and those cryptocurrencies have likewise accumulated value. We have become richer, and now the institution and institutional investors are now getting involved, because it's very, very likely that this is going to be a new shift in currency. It's going to support global spending better than fiat currencies right now, because you need to exchange your money if you want to spend your money in another country. If you want to buy something that's available only in another country, then you would have to essentially use the fiat currency and have that exchange happening via whatever payment provider you're using, like PayPal, happen, which could actually lose you money. But digital currency supports the paradigm of a digital world, the world that has been created by the internet. So as a result of that, Bitcoin is number one. Bitcoin is the one everybody knows. Most people know the term Bitcoin than they know the term cryptocurrency, although cryptocurrency is becoming more and more popular. So I actually support that Bitcoin, or whatever is the top cryptocurrency, could indeed have a valuation of this size. I do personally think it will be Bitcoin. I don't think it will be Bitcoin Cash, although I think that Bitcoin Cash will be slightly taken along the ride with Bitcoin. But I think ultimately Bitcoin will prosper, particularly because you've got various mechanisms that will make it work faster, make it more scalable if it is internationally and globally adopted. So I actually think, and have always maintained, ever since 8-9 months ago, that Bitcoin can reach 6 and 7 figure valuations in the long term. So I think it's definitely very good for cryptocurrency. Now we have got the typical countering with a FUD article. Kenya's central bank warns against cryptocurrency. So they are saying that there are risks involved in cryptocurrency, and that they essentially want people to be careful when trading and investing in cryptocurrency. So what they're saying is yes to the blockchain, no to cryptocurrency. Of course they would make this kind of stance, because blockchain is the underlying technology. This is what businesses can use to record all sorts of transactions, in order to record all sorts of different media, and have this kind of, unhackable store of data, and that is why they like this. But cryptocurrency and currencies in general would actually overthrow the centralized system. Initially banks, then governments, and money is the root of both powers, really. Banks and governments, that is where the power lies. It's in money. So if cryptocurrency does become bigger and more major, then there's every likelihood that, of course, that there could be this overthrowing of a system, thus supporting this 250 valuation. Next up, so Coinbase really are getting into gear. There's absolutely no doubt about it. They've just acquired an Ethereum wallet startup called Cypher Browser, and this again is kind of continuing this momentum of supporting more Ethereum-based tokens and allowing for the easy trading and storage of cryptocurrencies. So they've taken on these guys, but for Coinbase, there is another article which is saying that Coinbase, the way they are, is this not actually going to lead, the way they are continuing to grow and the way they add cryptocurrencies, like how they've added Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash in the past, is it likely that they are going to get themselves into trouble? Because they have already done that with Bitcoin Cash. And there is absolutely no guarantee that Coinbase are not going to capitalize on investing in something before they add it to the Coinbase exchange. Once they add it to the Coinbase exchange, particularly because Coinbase is one of the big exchange names in cryptocurrency, there's every likelihood whatever cryptocurrency is added is going to absolutely surge. And there's a conflict of interest, because all the people within it have access to that special information before anybody else. So it's very likely that they could actually get into trouble as a result of this. It would do more to not have a centralized kind of organization where there are people in charge, the staff, Colin Armstrong, all the people that are in charge of Coinbase have access and are privy to the information that can move markets in advance. So having a having an ecosystem like Ethos, having a wallet and ability to buy cryptocurrencies and store them in a multi-currency wallet like Ethos with a fiat crypto exchange like Coinbase is actually where I think the future is headed for wallets and exchanges. So funnily enough, Ethos are actually doing a live stream right now. I would recommend that you watch this because they are showing how they are changing the ecosystem of finance for the better and for the future. Okay, because they're showing the historical, evolution of finance and what it's moving into as a future. And they are supporting that future. It's more than just the wallet. It's Bedrock as well. Bedrock is essentially their product, which enables for dApps to be built on the wallet. Okay, so enables various different dApps to communicate with the wallet and make the user experience a lot better. And I think this is what they are unveiling in their special stream because they are doing a special summit. So I would recommend you have a look at that. Other altcoin news, Trinity are providing an address for anybody who's a Trinity holder to actually lock up their tokens and actually be rewarded with greater with greater rewards, dividends potentially, for holding it in a special wallet. Okay, so it is locked up, but you actually get rewards for locking it up. So it's not as if you're locking it up and your money is in someone else's control and you can't do anything about it. You actually get rewards for holding it. So I would recommend following Trinity and keeping up to date for that announcement. And don't pay any attention to this because this is a scam account trying to get people to give them their Ethereum. Last up is that the founder of the Komodo platform, which is basically a customizable blockchain for business and other kind of building cryptocurrency, they launch ICOs. They are looking to set a world record of 20,000 transactions per second on a public blockchain. Now, of course, Bitcoin is 7, Ethereum is known as 15, and then Rayblox is about 7,000. And then you've got Neo in between, that's kind of 1,000. And you've got Zilliqa, it's about 2,500. So this would show some amazing power of Komodo. So this is interesting. So it's good seeing the competitiveness in transactions per second, because ultimately blockchains are the underlying technology that have got a hell of a future in the wider world. So let's have a look and see what you guys are saying. Let's see if you guys got any special questions or requests. And while you're doing that, guys, smash up the likes. Smash up the likes. Only 188 likes, which is a bit pathetic. So smash them up, and let's see what you guys are saying. T-Food. T-Food is basically traceability of food. It's monitoring the kind of food throughout its life cycle from inception to when it actually gets to the customer. It's good food traceability. It is actually known that people spend more money on good food and food that's been treated well. However, Neurochain is actually focusing on this market, and particularly in the kind of more high-end foods, because people pay more for high-end foods that have been treated well. So T-Foods have some very good competition. Karan's here. Stefan's here. Good to see you, peeps. Laser Gaming's here. Good to see you all, peeps. Good to see you all. It's Saturday. I imagine you all have lives, including me, of course, because of the fact that, I've got to go now because the Grand National is about to start in the UK. In the UK, there's an annual race called the Grand National. It's a horse race. It's the biggest horse race of the lot. So I'm about to go and watch that. But thank you all for joining me, peeps. Smash up the likes. Let me know in the comments, what do you think? Do you think that Bitcoin can hit $250,000 or not? Do you actually think that it's just a pipe dream and that actually it's probably the likes of Ethereum or something like that that will usurp the #1 position and get higher valuations, or EOS, Cardano, Litecoin? What do you think for the future of cryptocurrency? Anyway, guys, thank you for joining me for today's Savage Cash episode, and I'll see you next time. It is lights out, all out.